Zac Efron has a new girlfriend, and here's everything we know. I'm Jana Rosenberg.
I'm Gabi Conti, and this is your 24/7 celebrity news. Zac Efron recently moved to Australia, but he has not left the Hollywood industry, that is. Now in the land down under, it appears that Zac has not only found a new home, but also a new love. The Daily Mail caught the 32-year-old actor with a 25-year-old Australian model, Vanessa Valadres, recently. The two were seen holding hands while out and about around Zac's new turf, Byron Bay. This is not the first time that Zac and Vanessa were spotted together. A few months ago, the two were seen by the Herald Sun on what appeared to be a ski vacation in Theridault. Zac and Vanessa. Is it like 2009 all over again? Like what? I feel like I'm getting back to like High School Musical stuff. It's not the same Vanessa, obviously. Have you ever dated a guy with the same name as your ex?
I have like a rule actually. Well, the like toxic one that I hate, like I won't do it.
Right?
Like I will not do it. It's just like a bad, I don't know, unless
weird.
Unless he's like my dream guy and he comes walking through this door and I'm like, okay, I don't really give up about your name. But other than that, like, it's a no for me.
I feel like the two weird things of either dating someone who has the same name as your ex is very weird, especially if it was a significant ex, not just someone you went on a couple of dates with. But like, because like, I mean, Vanessa Hudgens and Zac Efron, that was a significant relationship for a long period of time and very public. And then my other rule is I could never date a guy who has a name kind of similar to me. So my name's Gabi, so dating a Gabe would be like totally off limits. But then I know people, like I know Aarons, like Aaron and Aaron.
I'm like,
but like,
Gabi and Gabe?
That's weird.
I mean, it's terrible.
That would, like, yeah, but that's weird. Like but I know people that are like you know, a girl Aaron and guy Aaron dating each other.
Jana
that's also weird. That's, I mean,
you're not into it.
But that's not as, I mean, if it was like Jan, but it was like a dude named Jan, because he's like French or something. That would be like Jean.
No. Just last month, TMZ reported that Zac was making Byron Bay, New South Wales, his permanent home. TMZ said the move wouldn't have impacted Efron's flourishing acting career. Rather, it was mainly because he liked the safe feeling and paparazzi-free vibe of the area. Zac's been hanging out in Byron Bay for longer than his move was announced. The actor was also seen there in June hanging out in Byron Bay's General Store Cafe, which also happens to be the same place that people reported Vanessa was working at when she met the actor.
Ooh.
Working at. I love that Zac just shipped away to Australia to live like this normal life, and people in Australia like know him, but they're not gonna like go up to. It's just it's a different country. You know what I mean? So it's like,
you could see like the idea of this implanted in his head, in his eyes. If you watch Down to Earth when he's in Sardinia in Italy, and he's like, I love that there's like no people around here. And then then some people go like, hey, can we take a picture? And he's like, okay, fine, sure. But I think that was his dream. I bet you when he was traveling the world for Down to Earth, he like loved that he was kind of anonymous in a way, and he probably was thinking in his head, he's like, I wish I could just go to a cafe and fall in love. And like he literally did that like day one in Australia.
And it's so cute. I love that she worked there and she's like a normal girl. Do you know what I mean?
Well, she's an aspiring model, so she's done a couple of modeling work, but so far modeling hasn't been like paid the bills for her, which is why she's like part-time. I mean, we see it all the time with like actors, models, whatever. Like you book a couple of things, but that isn't enough to survive off of.
Definitely.
So there are currently rumors that Vanessa is possibly living with Zac Efron. They are doing the whole turbo dating that is very common right now in quarantine. What we know about her is she's a model and waitress, but according to the Daily Mail, Vanessa recently quit her job at the restaurant where she met Zac. She is not a full-time model yet, but more of an aspiring one. Her Instagram shows a handful of professional pics from her career, which include modeling for Australian labels, Love Street, and also Spell. Speaking of her Instagram, as we reported, she is public with currently 30,000 followers and growing, but she and Zac are not following each other, at least publicly yet. So maybe his Finsta is following her, or maybe she has a Finsta and this is a professional one. They are not liking each other's posts, but again, I feel like that is possibly on purpose.
Look, it's tough. Like when I think you're public figures, Instagram is it says so much. You know what I mean? It's like, it's a lot. So I kind of get it. I feel like the second he starts moving around on that platform, doing things like, it's just everyone's gonna come for him and for her. And you know what I do find interesting though? I wonder why she quit her job. Was she like, I'm dating Zac Efron now, I'm gonna quit my cafe job?
I think what it was is I feel like Zac probably didn't like her going to work and wanted her to be with him more often.
Yeah.
Because
if they're like, I got you, baby girl.
Because right after she quit her job, they traveled, or maybe she got fired for traveling or something like that. But I think like he kind of just really, it sounds like the two of them are just enjoying Australia together, which is great. And also probably he's thinking to himself, he's like, that it was announced that he's going to be in 3 Men and a Baby, so he's probably like getting ready to go shoot that soon as production's opening up. So he's probably like, let's spend as much time as we can together while we can before we go long distance.
So true.
Also, Zac not posting about her, I don't think is a red flag because I think Zac is not very active on Instagram. He just posts mostly like nature pics. It would be very off-brand of him to post a picture of his new girlfriend.
Totally.
But yeah, it's funny that she has 30,000 followers as we report this. When I wrote this last night, she had 20,000 followers. So that number is going to keep going up and up, which might end up being good for her modeling career. So
absolutely, that's great. Even if she loses Zac, at least she
could be a model.
She could be a model. But there are reports that the two have been dating in the fast lane. Whether or not they are making it Instagram official yet. The couple reportedly met in June, and the Daily Mail's reporting Vanessa has already moved into Zac's beach home that he is renting. They were first spotted out together in July when they were seen arriving from their ski trip at the Ballina airport. Then just recently the two were spotted having brunch at a beachside restaurant in Lennox Head, Australia. And they were also spotted holding hands outside of the farm restaurant. A source close to the couple told People, "You can tell that they're having fun. She spends a lot of time at his house."
Ooh.
Dang.
Which he doesn't own, he rents.
He rents. But I mean, he lives in, he's like,
he's probably
who knows?
Figuring out where
the
he
waters
wants to
of Australia.
live first. Yeah.
I kind of want to like go to Australia and just live there.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to be off the radar, I mean, but it's so funny too, guys. I love how Zac moved out there to be off the radar, but of course, like now that he like made the announcement that he's out there, like paparazzi are just like, I feel like we haven't heard from him until he moved there. You know,
so funny.
What do you guys think about Zac Efron's new love interest? Do you think Zac and Vanessa 2.0 will last? Let us know. I'm Gabi Conti.
I'm Jana Rosenberg, and follow us here at Hollywire for your 24/7 celebrity news.